All right, for reasons I won't get into, I sold off my U-turn Orbit turntable. Very good turntable. I won't disparage it. It was just a little bit too much turntable for what I needed down in my man cave. Upstairs, I've got my primary turntable, which is a Thorn's TD165. So anyway, on Used Victoria, which is one of our local used for sale websites here in Victoria, British Columbia. A gentleman had listed this dual turntable for sale after I sold my Orbit, and I needed something to replace the Orbit just for listening to tunes downstairs, because I do have a pile of records down here, more upstairs of course. And so I bought this old dual because I'm a little bit partial to the old German products, like my Thorns, even though it used to be a Swiss company. It was most of the manufacturing moved to Germany in the late 60s. So Dual, of course, is a mainstream German manufacturer of turntables for many, many years. And so I managed to buy this one. It's a Dual 1228. The dust cover, not great condition. There's a little bit of a crack on the back. It looks like it's been glued. And this isn't a hinged dust cover, so you have to actually take the dust cover off, which I don't mind, because that's what I do with my Thorns, because of the style of dust cover I got on it. So this one, what you do is you take off the cover. So what I'll do is I'll just pause the video and take it off just to show you the guts and the machinery of the Dual. And we'll discuss it from there. So there you have it. The dust cover is off, and you can actually see where it had snapped off a little bit, and they'd glued the Perspex or dust cover together. But you don't actually notice it when it's on, because it just sits back in this this little groove back here. So the 1218, which you can see the model right there, it's kind of a lower end turntable in their lineup. Unlike the 1229, which is probably the most collectible duals out there. I used to actually own a 1229 when I was a young lad over in Germany. My dad was in the Canadian Forces, so we spent 6 years overseas, which is where I got a hankering and a liking for the dual turntables, because they actually are very good products. So, unlike some of the bigger brother ones, this is a 10-inch platter, not a 12-inch platter. So it kind of looks like a little kid's turntable, but it performs flawlessly. So what I did was I printed out from Vinyl Nirvana, or Vinyl Engine I think it was, Vinyl Nirvana's Thorns. I printed out this little 60 hertz strobe, so I wanted to obviously check the speed, and there's your strobe, or your pitch control right there, and right in the middle, dialed it in, and it actually holds speed very, very well. You've got three speed selector, so 33, 45, 78. Of course I don't use 78s, don't have a 78 needle or stylus. So I just use it in 45 and 33 in a third mode. It's a fully automatic turntable, which, you know, I'm more of a manual kind of guy, but it is nice to, you know, let your albums play, and then when they play out, you don't have to worry about forgetting about it, because it'll just turn itself off, which I kind of like. And I'm not kidding myself, this isn't a super high-end turntable. It is it's not a belt drive or direct drive, the rim drive or whatever, I can't remember the exact term, but idler drive I think is what they call it. Anyway, so I've, as soon as I got it, it had this Stanton, lighting isn't great here, there we go, Stanton, it says 68 triple E, but when I take the actual stylus out on the body it says 681, so it's a 681 Triple E cartridge. Of course, I didn't know the history on it. I bought this from a very old gentleman in town. Very nice gentleman, actually. But not knowing the history of it, I do have a microscope, so I'm going to have a look at the stylus and see what kind of condition it's in. So what I did was I have a almost brand new Audio-Technica AT91B, I think it is, cartridge that I used to have on an Audio-Technica LP120. I can't remember. It's like a DJ turntable. Anyway, I kept that cartridge. It's almost brand new, and I put it on, and it actually works very, very well. So of course I had to dial in anti-skating and rebalance the arm and everything. I've got a digital weigh scale, so I dialed it into I believe it was 2 grams of stylus pressure weight, and actually 1.5. I went to 1.5, and there you have it. Works fine. So let's have a quick go of it. Normally I just use it in sort of semi-automatic mode, where I just lift up the Q lever, move over the thing, and it'll turn it on. But in this case we'll do a quick start-stop. So there we go. We'll start it. So we'll go through the motions. And I've got a little Miles Davis, I think, on here right now, just to out of the blue or whatever. Just to have a quick little listen. So you can see it works great. There's my system. I've got an SA8500 2 Pioneer integrated amp. I've got the Big Brother 9500 upstairs. TX 6502 tuner. And then I've got some other CD players, multi-CD players, basically. But there you have it. It sounds really nice. Right now I'm playing it through my Sony APMs. I do have HPM 100s. So on either of them they sound very, very good. There's the other speakers over there. Turn it down a little bit, and I'm still going to do it a once through. I'm going to go through it and clean out the guts and everything, and lube where it needs lubing, and clean out any dirt and crap in the mechanics inside. I might even, plinth is actually wood. It's not a vinyl one. It's wood veneer, not a vinyl veneer. So it's and it's showing very well. It doesn't have any real big nicks or dings or anything on it. I may, like I did with my Thorns, swap out the plinth, but we'll see. Like I say, it's not a high-end turntable, so I don't know if I'm going to really spend a lot of effort on it. But I'm very pleased with the sound. And I'm sure it will give me many hours of satisfaction. So I'll probably do a better review on this once I've had it for a while, and once I determine what I'm going to do with it. If I'm going to do any kind of modifications or any maintenance to clean it up and make it work just spot on. So far, very satisfied. I would highly recommend a turntable like this to anybody that's either starting out or just wants something, you know, to listen to some vinyl in their respective man caves, or I mean, this one is even good enough for a living room. So we may have to see if we can source another dust cover, but like I say, it doesn't really bother me that much. So initial review, happy with the purchase, and we'll do a better review in about a month's time after I've played with it for a while. So thank you for watching, and if you have any comments or any suggestions, please put them in the comments below. Thank you.